Chosen one, your light will always shine when there's discipline employed. Remember, all life is about balance. But in order to balance things, you must be aware of them. Yes, in order to make sure that you are actually going to become the person you need to be, your masculine energy must balance well with the aptitudes of your feminine. Yes, 512 energy is asking you to not only reflect, but progress also at the same time. When you look back with pride, with obvious means of self-esteem that are high, you must also realign yourself to be humble that you went through what you went through, enough to be aware that you overcame those aspects of self. Yes, after that, you balance it with the new aptitudes of self. This might include a new exercise regime, a new meditation regime, a new practical way of affirming that the change has already been established. Now, everybody has to go through this. So long as you are a God, whether you are behaving in your dark or you are behaving in your light, so long as you are a divine entity living within this vessel, 512 energy will always ask you, are you ready to employ the changes you are desperately and needlessly waiting for, yearning for? Is this where you are in your life? And if this is where you are, do cross the bridge, Leparalag. Yes. When you hold on to things that no longer serve you, you become prideful. You have seen this archetype being displayed by Boipelo also. The archetype of Boipelo itself, it displays multiple aspects of its divinity. The personality that's very prideful, the one that's crying, the one that's happy, the one that's excited, the one that's discerning, the one that's harmonic or musical. All these aptitudes, Leparalag, they are from one archetype, deeply diverse into things. The teachings also combined. And through all those nitty-gritties that the archetype Boipelo comes with, you guys have seen that there's still wisdom within them. They build up on each other. It's almost like you are invited to watch Boipelo do his shadow work live on screen, displaying his woes, his disappointments, and then his excitements, and then things that he's proud of. All of these things. You will hate Boipelo for the way he is honest. Because at the end of the day, he's accepting 512 energy as well. You need to let things go, Leparalag. But you don't have to do it like me. As a teacher, I must show you practical examples. Yes, I must. I must show you what it's like to hone pride within. I must show you what it's like to have deep regret within. I must show you what it's like. You must see me displaying these things so that you can understand God still selects you regardless. Because it's up to you to allow the changes within. And that is what 512 energy is asking all of us. Leparalak, the new world is going to make you think about things from your past. They will cloud your judgment that you stop being appreciative of the things you have right now. I know. You will constantly complain incessantly. When you do your routines, you might even do them with pride instead of doing them with a sense of authenticity. You might be doing them to prove a point. You might be doing them to overcome the fact that you didn't really heal across the things you are going through. You just overlooked them. You just went through them. And 3 and 512 energy is simply saying, you are allowed to heal also, Lepar. You are allowed to accept your greatness. You are allowed to accept your pain. By accepting these things, you can transmute them. Yes, you can forgive yourself. If you don't like some parts of your personality, because some of your personality traits make those habits stay within your life a little bit longer than they should, accept them, forgive yourself for them, and then understand why you even created those archetypes. Were you trying to overcome something? Were you trying to deal with something? And have you overcome it? Did it work out with that archetype you created to cope? Because the human brain will create a personality that can deal with what's happening in the paralak. It always does that. It does it without your awareness. You just find yourself living that life that you've never lived before. It is simply because your whole body is sensing your own manifestation and it's aligning itself with that manifestation. This is why you cannot judge anybody. I keep emphasizing. Yes, when you judge somebody, you are judging how their own physical vessel is coping with what's going on, even though you do not know the full story. It is important, chosen one, that you recognize these things about yourself. It truly is. When you recognize these things about yourself, you will have this audacity of catching them when they try to enter your vessel and mess you up even more or cloud your energy even further. Yes, you might say, I am tired of complaining. Once you say you are tired, the people that used to stimulate that part of you will show up. It'll be people online talking about past issues, things that have nothing to do with your energy. But because you are in your complaining energy right now, or you're letting it go, the things that were feeding off of that energy start showing up even more. It's almost like a desperate situation. It's like breaking up with your ex, and then suddenly they want to commit after that. Things like this. So you must be stern in your choices, Laparalag. That yes, you come from the past, you are headed to the future, but the present moment has decisions that are necessary for the future. Take your wisdoms so that the baggage you carry, if it is baggage, can help you along the way. It's similar to a water bottle when you're hiking. You fill it up with water, but there comes a time where it becomes empty. Do you leave the water bottle behind? No, you still carry yourself through because your vessel is the same. You can go days without eating. You can go days without your financial aspects. You can go days without things you're used to doing with your physical body. And then those things are not there, you'll find your body trying to cling to them. You'll be thinking about them. You'll be desperately seeking them out simply because your own brain has created neurons that facilitate that behavior you no longer want to entertain. And this is what 512 energy is asking you to do. Yes, lately for the past week or 2 weeks, actually for the past 4 months, you have noticed that there's this anger feeling that doesn't go away. It's still there. Why? Because you're still human. You're still pissed off about a few issues. You're still attached to the world. Even I have expressed these types of things. You'll see me expressing different topics that don't align with spirituality. Yes, it is part of it, Leparalak. But you also go through those aspects to see what you believe. What is your opinion? Why is your opinion there? What feeds your opinion, Leparalak? Because whatever feeds your opinion is feeding your life. So if you harbor hate, it'll show when you talk to people. If you harbor pride, it'll show when you talk to people. Actually, you will notice it yourself when you don't feel good when everybody disappears. Because oftentimes, the archetypes you display are just for people's self-validation, people's approval on things. It's not actually who you are. That's why I don't blame you if you're struggling to know who you are. Even I don't know who I am. Nobody knows who they are. We've been coming here on this planet multiple times, over and over. So we all have past memories of who we used to be. Therefore, you can't say you know who you are. You can only know your actions because only your actions confirm what you are in that moment. So take a deep breath, Leparalak, and relax and just absorb your manifestation. What type of archetype is your body creating to deal with that state of the present moment? Once you catch yourself doing this, you're going to heal yourself, your environment, your guides will recognize that you understand them, and everything else will be open to you. But now, when these things come back, when the things you've let go come back, you're not going to run away from them. Neither are you going to feed them your energy. You're going to notice them, but you're going to realize my actions within feed those things, not the actions without. That's why when people portray to be something physically, but internally they are not, we can all feel it. We can see, man, there's something off about this person. It is because 512 energy is within you. 512 energy helps you observe your loop, and then it helps you observe yourself, and then it helps you realign better going forward. That's what it does. So if ever you see 512 somewhere, that's an energy calling you to sit down and reflect, Leparalak. You're going to see it on memory cards. You're going to see it on voltages if you're studying engineering. You're going to see 512 almost everywhere on number plates. Whenever you see that number, it is your people telling you, Leparalak, reflect, align, and balance. Luela Leparalak.